afternoon, everyone. I'm really glad and honored to be a part of such a platform like this and share my story among such talented and amazing people out here. So, today I'm going to be narrating to you a simple story about a young girl with big dreams. I am Sagarika Deka. I'm a young change maker from the beautiful lands of Assam, the founder of a non-profit youth-led organization named Man Ki Umeed. Being born and brought up in the lands of Assam, we had very limited opportunities with no proper guidance. I often used to get confused. What should I do? How should I do? With no proper facilities, we could not reach out to much people or a wider audience like this. I'm sure that you must have also encountered in your life children's begging on the road or women carrying an infant in one arm and begging for the other. Heartbreaking, isn't it? As a child, I was always very empathetic towards them. I wanted to help them, especially children, because children are supposed to be loved and taken care of. But I was just another average student like you, insecure, with less self esteem, and the confidence to speak in public felt like a far fetched dream. But it is said that if there's a will, there's a way. It was in 2017 that I was appointed as the head girl of my school. That was the first time I was in a leadership position. I was scared and had no idea about leadership. And of course, a lot of questions were raised. She won't be able to do it. She's definitely undeserving. But most importantly, I questioned myself. Will I ever be able to be a good leader? Today, I proudly say that I am running an organization with 70 plus young change makers from all over India, a chapter with 4 different chapters in different states of India, and we have conducted multiple campaigns so far. That's when my change making journey started. And since that day, I did not stop. So, from open mics to speeches to articles and multiple on ground work, I made sure that I empower more and more people as much as I could. So that's when I started channelizing all my energy and power into slam poetry. I started writing slam poetry in 2018, mostly about women centric issues, talking about issues which are faced by young girls, which are not really talked about. So, in the middle of beautiful poetries and shairis, I started talking about the most taboo topic, menstrual hygiene and management. Of course, the entire room was quiet, as if I introduced an alien topic to them, because it was not much talked about. I often call myself a rebel, because be it be my dedication or stubbornness to make sure that people understand about gender equality, people understand about all the injustice happening around women, we had to speak it up. And eventually, many young girls like you all, many young boys, they started relating to my poem. And they came up with their own ideas. They started talking about these issues. That's when I understood the importance of empowerment. So, in the year 2020, when the entire world was struggling with COVID pandemic, Assam had its own challenges. Because of the annual floods every year, this time the condition was worse. The floods continued for months and months, making people homeless, helpless, and loss of life. You know who were the worst sufferer among them? The women and the young girls. With lack of proper menstrual products and proper hygienes, the condition for them became very worse. That's when I started the first campaign. Flood does not stop menstruation, with an urge to the government that they add menstrual essential products in the survival kit which was given to these victims. And you know what? I was just graduating. I was just passing my 12th board at that time. And I had no idea. My parents did not allow me to go to these spots and work. I was stuck inside my room. How do I create such a change? How do I reach out to so many women and girls suffering out there? I just had my phone, internet connection, and a placard. I started posting that online. And eventually, within a span of 5 days, people from all over India supported me with these placards. And you know what the impact was? We could reach out to multiple news organizations and help distributing menstrual products to 10,000 plus women affected by flood. Yeah, that day I realized that everyone is a change maker. Everyone is a change maker. All they need is a will and a platform where they can channelize their ideas and advocate about things which are important. This inspired me to start my dream project, Man Ki Umeed. So, on December 3rd of 2020, we launched Man Ki Umeed with the tagline, with the people, for the people. Man Ki Umeed, we wanted to develop Man Ki Umeed as a safe platform for young people to come together and work for the betterment and good for the society. Man Ki Umeed works on 4 pillars, 3S, 3 E's and 1S. Education, empowerment, employment, and service being a primary goal. We led multiple campaigns over the years of Man Ki Umeed. And recently, we have successfully managed to celebrate the 3 years of Man Ki Umeed. But in this talk today, I'll talk about two of my major campaigns, which are very close to my heart. As a youth-led organization, there are a lot of challenges which you face. First, people don't take you seriously. Second, it's very difficult to manage your education, manage your family, and also at the same time work for the society. Third, you have so limited resources. We were in the same position. In the second wave of COVID in 2021, the condition in Assam was horrible because I knew I was from a privileged background. I had the shelter, I had food, I had the support of my parents, but not everybody had. There were multiple people who were struggling to get even one meal a day. Multiple people who did not get even a mask or a sanitizer. There were so many children dying on the roads. What could we do? How could we make such a huge impact when we were so young, 18 and 19 years? How could we do such a big impact? Me and my team decided to raise a crowd fund, and we could manage a decent amount of funds. Now, the second challenge was that we have to go on ground and start working. We all packed up foods by our hands and we decided to go and distribute the food. Everything was fine until we found out that two of our volunteers became COVID positive. It was heartbreaking for me and my entire team, and also scary at the same time. That's when I really needed to become a leader. Remember the question I asked myself when I was appointed as a head girl, will I ever be able to become a leader, become a good leader? This was the time where I actually work on it. After a month or more than a month of thinking and understanding how to reach out to people, we came up with the of idea and the power of communication and connections. We reach out to college students of different districts of Assam. We ask their help. They form small groups in different areas. And those areas which were not much affected with COVID, we went to these areas and helped families. And I proudly say that we could reach out and provide food and basic requirements to more than 500 families in 5 districts of Assam, only with the support and power of people, power of young people who wants to create change. That's also when I understood the importance of introducing the concept of empathy to people. Because everybody is a change maker, but all they need is a motivation, is a drive, which pushes them forward to do something good. Now, the second project, which is again a dream project and it's ongoing, is the project adoption, which we started in 2021. Now, the name, Project Adoption, is a very interesting name. Let me tell you a backstory behind it. So, one day when I was out in a drive distributing food and clothes to underprivileged parts of the society, I met this young girl around 16 age, holding an infant in one arm and a toddler with the other. I asked her, out of curiosity, what is your name? She told me her name. And I asked her her age. She told me that she was 17 years old. Then I asked her, who's this kid? She told me that the toddler one is my brother. Then I asked her, who's this infant? She said, I don't know. I was shocked. How can you not know? Because you are holding that kid, you're taking care of that kid. She said that few months back, somebody kept this baby outside their home and they had to adopt it because there was no way. Imagine a girl who's just 17 years old, have no idea about, will she able to manage the next meal of her day, such a big heart to actually adopt a kid. Whereas we come from much privileged background. We can share so much because we have so much, right? That made us start Project Adoption with the aim to help and empower underprivileged kids and give them the most important tool, which is education. Our initiative is our initiative has an interesting turn here because we not only involve students, we also involve companies, we also involve teachers, we also involve institutes. You don't really have to adopt a child to help them. You can help them with a basic amount of donation, with basic amount of love, basic amount of care. For students, all these sessions which we had are completely run by students because we believe in the power of shared knowledge. The first challenge which we faced in our project was that how to convince these parents of these kids to convert their kids from begging and adopt education. Because these kids come from completely disadvantaged groups. They have no idea about the importance of education. And being in a family which taught me and brought me up in a way that I understand the importance of education and how it can empower you and enlighten you. I felt the need to change their mindset. It was a struggle for our team members to go on surveys and understand their minds. But we did it. We made sure, and we had 90 plus kids in our incubation, which are completely from the slum areas. And these sessions which I'm talking about, by the way, we just completed 100 plus sessions of our Sunday Wali Pathshala, completely run and organized by students. And yeah, we have a set of 50 plus kids this coming year, that we are going to be enrolling in proper schools. So, do you see? That's the change I'm talking about. How much you can actually impact someone's life. And it does not take much, it just takes a will and determination to actually wanting to create change. And obviously, shared knowledge. That's the power which youth has. So, with the end of my speech, I'm just going to be saying this thing that I wanted my story to be simple because I'm just another person like you, just another girl, just another student with big dreams to achieve the world someday, to change the world. And I believe if I can, so can you. So, what's stopping you to get out there? Start small, but start. Thank you.